Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a long time that I haven't made any video, but I'm going to start making the video once more. So we are going to cover up the two chapters through this video, that is current electricity and household circuit. So let's see what is this current electricity is all about. Now, if we start the chapter, let's understand this chapter in this way. Suppose we rub two bodies. So normally if we rub two bodies, there is always a transfer of charge. So if I take one body as glass and the second body as silk, so I rub a glass with silk, then what we will see is that this glass loses some electrons and the silk gains some electron. So there is a transfer of electron from the glass to the silk. So this glass will do, so the glass will lose electrons, and on the other hand we will see the silk gaining electron, right? So if the glass loses electron, so what happens? There is a deficit of electrons in the glass, and this deficit of electrons means it becomes positive charge. So because already we know electrons are negatively charged, so electrons are going. That means what? Negative charge is moving away. So that means what? This body becomes positive charge. And on the other hand, this silk gains electron. If the silk gains electron, means what? There is excess of electrons. And if there is excess of electrons, means what? There is excess of negative charge. So this silk on the other hand becomes negative charge. So from here we came to know there are two charges which are there in the around us. So one is called, the first kind of charge is positive charge, and the second charge is negative charge, right? So I hope you understood this concept till here. Now, so we'll talk about this charge. Now, we have to know that an electron, that electron is the basic, that physical thing that is going transferring, right? So the electrons moving from one place to another place becomes in one place becomes extra charge, in another place it becomes deficit of charge. That means what? An electron carries some charge with himself. So when electrons goes, charge also flows with himself. So electron carries charges. So if I take one electron, it carries how much charge with himself? It carries near about 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. So what is this coulomb? Yes, of course. The SI unit of charge, is called coulomb. Okay, coulomb. Like the SI unit of mass is kg, SI unit of length is meter. Similarly, the charge is also a physical quantity, just like mass and length, and SI unit of charge is coulomb, and it is denoted by the letter Q. Sometimes it is represented by the letter small q, or sometimes it is represented by the letter capital Q also. So basically, we get to see both the letters, but as of now we will just simplify the things and keep it as small q. So it is denoted by the letter small q, right? So if a body has two extra electrons, okay, a body has two extra electrons. If a body has two extra electrons, then how much charge it is carrying? That body is carrying how much extra charge? So we know it is denoted by the letter Q. So it is carrying extra charge how much? Of 2 electrons. So 2 electrons, and we know that each electron carries how much charge? This much charge. 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. So a body of extra carrying 2 extra electrons, that means what? The total charge that is present in the body, that is 2 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. And when we will solve it, it becomes 3.2 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Suppose a body has 3 extra electrons, then how much the body will carry charge? So it becomes, so the net charge becomes Q is equal to 3 electrons. That means what? 3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. And then when we will simplify, that becomes 4.8 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Right? So, suppose instead of taking 2 electrons and 3 electrons, if I take a body has extra n number of electrons. So if a body has n extra electrons, then how much the body will carry charge? So the body will carry extra charge of how much? Ne. So if a body has n electrons with himself, so the net charge the body will have is how much? Q is equal to Ne. And then we will simplify. N will be number of electrons and E is the charge of the electron. So we'll take some examples to understand this concept. So suppose we have a question like this. Calculate the total charge in a body that is having 5,000 electrons. So we basically have to remember this formula, that net charge is equal to N, that is the number of electrons, into E minus, that is charge of 1 electron. So Q is what? Q represents charge. That is the amount of charge present in the body. N is what? N is the number of electrons. And E minus is what? E is the charge of 1 electron, or I can say E minus is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Okay? So that is the charge of 1 electron. So we basically have to calculate, you have to calculate this value by using this formula. If any of you can solve this sum, you can pause the video and solve the sum and see whether your answer and my answer is matching or not. Otherwise, you can see how am I doing the sum. So over here, N is how much? 5,000. I'll put 5,000. E minus is how much? This value. 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Let's see how to solve this. So that becomes how much? 5 into 10 to the power of 3. This 5,000 can be written as 5 into 10 to the power of 3. I think you know 5,000 means what? 5 into 1,000. And this 1,000 can be written in the exponential form as 10 to the power of 3. And this becomes, this remains the same. And now you solve 5 into 1.6. If you multiply, that will give you the value 8. And this 2 if you multiply, that will give you the value 10 to the power of minus 16 coulomb. So charge, so our body having 5,000 electrons, I will say 5,000 extra electrons, that is having, the body is having this much of charge with himself. Now look at this question. This is a very important question from your board point of view. Calculate the number of electrons present in a body of charge 1 coulomb. So what you understand by this question, that you have a body. Suppose you have this body, and in this body there are lots of electrons. Okay, and the net charge on this body, is 1 coulomb. Right? 1 coulomb is the net charge. So how many extra electrons are there in this body that the net charge in the body becomes 1 coulomb? So I want to know how many extra electrons are there. So how will I do this sum? I have to use the same formula, that net charge is equal to what? Number of electrons into charge of one electron. Now Q value is how much? 1 coulomb, or I'll write 1. N is what? That is the one, that is what I need to find, value of N. And E minus is what? Charge of one electron, that is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Now let's solve this thing. So N becomes how much? 1 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. I think you know this mathematics, this thing comes down. And as we will solve this will give you a value of, as you solve it, now you can use your calculator to solve it, you will get a value of 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons. So remember, and of course you can see this is a very large number of electrons. So 1 coulomb of charge is not a very small amount of charge, it's a really a huge amount of charge. So basically you can say 1 coulomb, but looking at the number only 1 coulomb, right? But you can see, to get 1 coulomb of charge, this much of electrons you require, extra electrons you require, means you have to transfer this much of electron from one body to another body. So then only you get 1 coulomb of charge. So this much of electron is a large number of electrons. So from here I can say one thing: if a body has plus 1 coulomb charge, that means what? A body has lost this much of electron. The body lost. Okay, so if a body has plus 1 coulomb charge, that means what? The body lost 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons. That is why if it loses electron, then only the body will have positive charge. And if the body has minus 1 coulomb, that means what? The body gains, or the body gained 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons. Because when this much of electron will be transferred from one body to another body, the other body who is in the receiving end, that body will gain this much of electron. And when the body gains this much of electron, the body will have minus 1 coulomb charge. So I hope you understood this part of at least the charge part, because after this we have to go to the main topic. Okay, now basically, as we will be proceeding with the chapter, after 2-3 more videos, you will come about a new law that is called Ohm's law. Now, basically, before going to Ohm's law, you have to know 3 physical quantities. One is called current. Which is represented by the letter I. Another is called voltage, or say potential difference. Okay, and the third thing that you have to know is resistance. So basically, when you will know these 3 physical terms nicely, like what this individual terms means, what is the significance of these terms, what is current, what is resistance, and what is the importance, then after you understood these 3 terms clearly, then we can see what is Ohm's law, and related to Ohm's law we will do few question answers, and by this you will get the brief, the first part of our chapter, the current electricity, that will be over. So basically these 3 terms you have to know, and these 3 terms are very simple. In this video I will do this current part, and in the next 2 videos I will make you understand what is potential difference or voltage, and in the third video I will make you understand what is resistance. So let's understand what is current. Now, what is current? The definition is the amount of charge flowing through a conductor in 1 second. Amount of charge flowing through a conductor in 1 second. So basically, how you have to understand is that if there is a conductor, say this is a iron rod, and through this iron rod, some electrons are flowing. Through this iron rods, these electrons are flowing. So you have to consider, say you take a particular portion, particular junction, right? So you have to see through this particular portion, okay, in 1 second, how many electrons are flowing, or how many electrons are flowing through this particular place in 1 second. So that is why we say the amount of charge flowing through a conductor in 1 second. So, or in other words, we can define this current in this way also: rate of flow of charge. So in 1 second, how many charge or how many electrons that are flowing, that is called as current. So in current, you obviously see there is a factor coming 1 second. That means what? We are dividing the charge by time, because if we see this definition, we are calculating with respect to time. So if we calculate the formula, this current I becomes how much? That is the amount of charge flowing through a conductor in 1 second. Means what? Charge divided by time. Now this Q, that is the charge, that is what? That just now we have defined it. Q is nothing but NE. So we can say Q is equal to N into A. So current is equal to charge by time. Charge is what? N into A. So number of electrons into charge of electron by time. So this is the definition of current. So remember, current is what? The rate at which the charges are flowing. So how much charges are flowing, or how much electrons are flowing through a conductor in 1 second. Now we'll get more idea about the current if we do 2-3 sums related to it. Okay, so we will do 2-3 sums and see and try to get the idea about this current. Before going to this current part, there are two things that I have to say. Like every physical quantity, current is also a physical quantity, and if it is a physical quantity, then of course it will have a SI unit. So SI unit of current is ampere. SI unit of current is ampere, which is denoted by the letter A, and the current itself is denoted by the letter I. Current is denoted by the letter I. Like for example, we will write what? Current is equal to, say, 5 ampere. Current is equal to 5 ampere. So this current is represented by the letter I, and A is the SI unit of current. Just like we write mass is equal to 5 kg, where M represents mass and kg represents the SI unit of mass. In that fashion only, you think that I represents current and ampere is the unit of current. Okay, so I think by comparing these two terms, you can understand. There is one special thing about current. Okay, current, whether it is a scalar quantity or a vector quantity, normal current is basically, it is a scalar quantity. Remember, current is a scalar quantity, but being a scalar quantity, if we say current is a scalar quantity, that means what? It does not have direction. No, current is a scalar quantity, but it has direction. Remember, current being a scalar quantity, it has a direction. Basically, you can say how it is this, but the definition of vector is not that if it has magnitude and direction, it is called vector. No, that is a wrong definition of vector. Vector means if it follows vector laws of addition, which you do not know, you will come to know that in class 11. But just remember, current is a scalar quantity, but it has direction. So, what is the direction? The direction of current is opposite to that of electrons. So, the direction of current is opposite to the flow of electrons. Direction of current is opposite to the flow of electrons. If electrons are flowing in this direction, then current will flow in the opposite direction. So, current being a scalar quantity, it has a direction. Remember this thing, because you might be thinking if it is scalar quantity, then only it has magnitude, no direction. But no, current is a special case. It is a scalar quantity, but it has a direction. Now you can see a question. This question will help you to understand this concept of this current and charge. 6,000 electrons are passing through a conductor in 1 minute. So suppose I have a conductor like this. So there are electrons which are moving in this direction. So if I take 1 minute, in 1 minute, there are about 6,000 electrons which are passing through this conductor. Now this much of only information is given. Now they are asking me to calculate the total charge, means they are asking me to calculate the value of Q and the current in the conductor. Current means I. And what they have given? The number of electrons. They have given N is equal to 6,000 electrons. N is equal to 6,000 electrons. That is the number of electrons which are passing, and they have given the time as 1 minute. But we know that all the times in physics are done in SI unit, and SI unit of time is second. So 1 minute becomes 60 seconds. So this much of information given, they are asking me to calculate the value of Q and I. If you can do the sum by your own, you can pause the video and solve the sum and see match your answer with my answer. Or if you don't know, you can continue seeing the video. Now over here, Q is equal to how much? This value formula. You have to remember the formulas. Q is equal to N into E, where N is the number of electrons and E is the charge of one electron. So N is how much? N is 6,000, and E means what? E is the charge of one electron. What is the charge of one electron? 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Now if you solve it, it becomes how much? 6,000 can be written as 6 into 10 to the power of 3. And this is what? 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Now if you multiply 6 into 1.6, that gives you near about 9.6. And if you multiply these two values, it becomes 10 to the power of minus 16 coulomb. So this is the value of Q. So total charge, I got it. So total charge is 9.6 into 10 to the power of minus 16 coulomb. Now current. What was the definition of current? The rate of flow of charge, or how much of charges are flowing in 1 second. So the formula of current is how much? Charge by time. Total amount of charge that is flowing in how much time. So if we take the value of Q value we just now got it, that is 9.6 into 10 to the power of minus 16, and time is how much? 60 seconds. So if you take 60, that means what? 60 seconds. Now if you solve it, can I write this 60 as 6 into 10? 6 multiplied by 10. Yes, 6 multiplied by 10, that is also 60. Now 9.6 divided by 6, if you divide, that will give me the value of 1.6. And if we shift this 10 upward, if you know a little bit of exponents, this 10 goes upward, that becomes 10 to the power of minus 17. So current becomes 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 17 ampere. Right? So this is the net charge and this is the total current that is flowing. So I hope you can you understood this sum. So there is a small sum that I left for you. You can see this question: if 15,000 electrons are passing through a conductor in 5 minutes, calculate the total charge and the current in the conductor. You can solve this sum and write the answer in the comment section. That will be a practice for you. So till here I'm continuing, stopping the video and ending the video over here. So please try this sum and do it by yourself and see what is the answer. So take care. Bye bye. We'll see in the next video.